First on BBC One, advertising, well, it's just a game to Tony Hawks.
Hello, I'm Tony Hawks and welcome to the show about the exciting world of advertising, which can present anything in a positive light, like an advert for the British Tourist Board promising young visitors from Amsterdam a warm welcome at Heathrow Airport. Our teams tonight, with Fred McCauley, is the king of voiceovers and impressionist who can imitate 1,000 celebrities, Alistair McGowan. And with Alan Davis is a celebrity who is imitated by 1,000 impressionists, Janet Street Porter. Beautifully shot, cleverly edited, award-winning adverts have one thing in common. You can never remember what the hell they were selling. So in this round, we want you to have a look at these commercials and tell us what the message is. Alan and Janet, what's the message behind this ad? And see if you can spot what the cameraman is most interested in.
Where's the thermos?
Oh,
No. Oh, she's got dodgy legs, hasn't she? Oh, it's a big thermos. She's on the beach at Canvas Sands. Oh, no, she's not.
Little hat. Oh, hello. Pumping.
Pumping, yeah. It's an early food mixer. It's a kind of prototype. It's halfway between a mixer and a Oh, no! Oh, that is so offensive. I'm sorry.
It's just slipped. It's all new technology.
Oh, no, it's a ball worker. An early version of a kind of, you know, chest expansion. Up and down, up and down. Obviously, I haven't, but...
Well, it's some sort of a pumping, mincing...
I think her last
sort of a
husband's
thing.
in the machine and she's mincing him up.
It's a body disposal device.
Exactly.
I reckon the bloke in the camera, he was sitting like this in a little world of his own, and then every now and then he went, whee! Like that, all on his own, in little headphones.
I'll give you a clue. It's actually a campaign promoting something. It's not actually one product.
I'm pretty sure, now, hang on.
Water conservation.
Don't
do that sneering thing that you do at politicians that you
Oh,
have on
no,
your show.
I was just looking
Oh,
at her
you
knickers,
get that
actually. I
sitting
know
all
you're
over her
only
face.
interested in her bra, but do you see the size of those drawers? They're all really, really
Well,
big.
they're always sold on the assumption that you're going to grow into them. Isn't that how it works?
That was back in the days when men's pants were huge as well, and not only that, but swimming trunks were knitted.
Whilst you were wearing them.
It wasn't shown on commercial television. I can
it's
tell
a
you...
trade thing.
A trade thing. If you can get the trade, I'll give you the points.
Oil.
Let's have a look, see if you're right with oil.
She needs support. So do you. So set them right. Right interval, right angle. Set them square. Set them straight. Keep the roof supported, and you'll keep safe.
It's going to go in. We're going to get a close-up of his tackle in a minute.
Yeah, the answer is that she was promoting safety for miners in 1964. It's a National Coal Board information film warning miners that they should set their prop shafts at right angles. I would have thought they were already at right angles after watching that. But do you think that things have evened out now? Because they use sexy men a lot more in ads, don't they? That Diet Coke...
Well, don't make me buy anything, because my idea of sexy's not those dreadful men that are in the advert.
What is your idea of sexy?
Tall, thin, rich, grateful.
I'm 3 out of 4 there.
He's very thin.
Fred and Alistair, what's this advert making a meal out of?
That's nice. See what's this? Is it for the fish department at a local supermarket? I think it's the supermarket that you can come to, isn't it? Dale Winton's supermarket. Lots of food.
What is that?
Well, we saw the lips at the end,
Yeah.
so presumably her lipstick doesn't come off when she's eating all that food.
They were drinking as well, and
Yeah.
they were having oysters. And I know that there's a restaurant in London that I went to once for lunch, and it said, we advise our clientele not to have oysters and white wine. But then in brackets underneath it said, unless you've got your secretary for lunch and you're planning on rogering her stupid in the filing cabinet.
Right, file this, Daphne.
It would have to be condoms. It might not have been condoms, because by the time it got round to the sex situation, they'd be both sitting going, no, I couldn't. Oh, too much to eat.
You're the captain, Fred. You've got to decide whether to go with your conviction.
Lipstick.
You're going for lipstick?
I'm going for
OK,
lipstick.
let's have a look and see if you're right with lipstick.
It's Tim Vine.
Lo stuzzicadenti famoso.
Well, the answer is it's an Italian commercial for toothpicks. The product is called Samurai, named after the samurai warriors who, if they lost face, would commit suicide by falling on their toothpicks.
I bet he's still shagged her.
Yeah.
And you're going to drag everything down to that for the whole show.
Most probably.
Oh, you start. That's my have to do later on.
Oh, God, so early on as well.
It's fair enough you mentioned that, though, because there is always food and sex are always put together, aren't they? Yeah. Experts say that you can tell a lot about how people make love by the way they eat. Some men, for example, like to linger over the starter, enjoy a full main meal, and finish their sweet at exactly the same time as their partner. Whereas I tend to spill a soup and say, sorry, this has never happened to me before. Alan and Janet, what have this lot got to smile about?
They've all got painted teeth. It's a Tipex ad.
Yeah.
Or it's an ad for interchangeable hair.
Hairstyles. Yeah.
They can just unclip their hair, pass it to the person on their left.
It's a breath thing. That breath spray thing.
She's pointing, going, grab her.
No, she's
I'm
pointing.
with you.
She's pointing at her upper half.
She's going, grab me, look at my teeth haven't dried yet, don't come near me. The weird thing about it is that there's only one bloke in it who's got any ears, and that's this bloke in the middle.
Got to be a mouth.
Breath, Eliza.
Breath.
Breath.
No,
Let's have a look, see what it is.
Cognac, probably.
Tampax?
Yeah.
Where's he got the Tampax? Where has that man put his Tampax?
He's going, are you on the blob? Are you on the blob? And then
No.
he'll move on.
I mean, look, what kind of nutty bloke wrote this ad? So those two women, presumably, are wearing their tampons, fancying him like mad.
No, she's saying there with her finger, she's saying, get me, she's on the blob, look. She
Alan,
looks
can I just say
self-assured.
that on the blob is not an expression I particularly like. If men had periods, they wouldn't be going around saying, oh, I'm on the blob today, would you?
Anyway, the answer is it's an advert for Tampax from 1977. Interestingly enough, the ITC have issued a whole set of rules governing tampon advertisements. An ITC spokesman said, tampon adverts must not include a product demonstration, which was a relief to Claire Rayner, I have to say. Janet, do you think are we too squeamish, all these rules about it? I mean, they have...
Oh, it's ridiculous.
What about the blue liquid thing? Do you think that's a bit of a weird thing?
That bears no relation to reality as...
No, well done, Alan.
But then...
The doctor.
What, a bit like wings in a bucket of pig's blood or something? Is that what you're after? Are you after sort of a shining type demonstration?
Is it
all
do you think
all it comes
all
pouring
these-
out the doorway and they chuck a giant tampon down the corridor?
I do find those ads for sanitary towels that have got wings really, really weird. I mean, they've obviously been dreamt up by men. And the other day I was talking to a bloke, I don't know how we got onto the subject, but he honestly thought that women, you know those stick-on sanitary towels that you stick on your pants, he thought you whipped the sellotape off and stuck it on your fanny.
Why do they make that woman in that other ad rollerblade round the beach for an hour when she's menstruating? Give her a box of chocolates and let her watch Neighbours.
Fred and Alistair, a poster for you. The same question, though. What's it selling?
Oh, has to be the Spice Girls, doesn't it? That's them getting the lyrics to the new song implanted in their brains. Which probably explains the lyric zig a zig ah, which was probably just electrical interference.
Playboy's reading Playboy.
It's a bit like Trevor Bryan sitting under there, isn't it, really?
What he's actually thinking is, lucky I brought this false hand with me.
Well, I'll give you a clue. Times are changing and so are...
Tory MPs. They're all having the William Hague hairdo look. Those things actually come onto their head and it make them look like William Hague. That's what happens there.
Just plucks all their hair out.
So you're going for a hair remover at the moment?
No,
aren't we?
no,
I think
we
it's,
think it's to do with Playboy.
Let's have a look, see if you're right. K Shoes. Marsworth. It's actually a 1983 advert for K Shoes with the slogan, "Times are changing and so are we." Doc Martin produced their own advert with the slogan, "We aren't though," which featured skinheads kicking the shit out of anyone in K Shoes. At the end of that round, let's see the scores. I see that Fred's team have 0 points and Alan's team have 0 points as well. And now for nostalgia fans, it's time for a trip down memory lane, or memory motorway as it is these days. Alan and Janet, here's an old commercial cleverly cut together with some events from the same year. The question is, which year?
Io Cinzano Bianco, signora.
Thank you.
Ah, yes, gracias.
Ah, due?
No, mine was a Cinzano as well.
Pope. Oh! It should come back and it should be Debbie McGee now.
That hair, it's very boofy.
Look at that big tie knot he's got there. That dates it a bit.
Yeah, it's got big tie on council houses.
Does he have built on his
for
land?
sale, you can buy it.
Oh, can't you just smell those Italian wines, suffused with herbs and spices from four
continents.
Why, being boring. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Getting your head down, sweetie. Jolly good idea.
From the House of Cinzano, Cinzano Bianco.
Brilliant ad.
Yeah.
I guess it's 1980. Only because around the time she made that ad, I was invited to lunch at my friend's house, and he said, "Oh, Joan Collins is coming to lunch," and we all had to bring a bottle. And she brought a bottle of that stuff, which she'd obviously got free after doing the bloody ad. I thought it was a bit weird. Judging by Joan's wig, oh, did I say that? No, judging by Joan's hairstyle, I guess it's 1980.
Well, I'm prepared to go with that.
I'm just judging by Joan's hair and who I was married to at the time.
OK.
Right, we'll go along with who Janet was married to at the time.
How long were you married to this person?
No, I'm not going into all that.
All right.
He's here tonight.
Well, the answer is 1979.
Oh, no!
Yeah, the year in which Margaret Thatcher swept to power with this campaign.
Tell you what I don't want to see.
What's that?
Labour in power again.
Labour in power? Was that the Marx Brothers?
No, another bunch of comedians.
Coming shortly, the Conservatives.
That was old lay-by Tailforth there, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Gillian Tailforth in a cinema ad for the Conservatives, full of depressed people losing their jobs, leaving the country and moaning. In fact, perfect training for being in EastEnders. Fred and Alistair, here's your package.
You see, I was standing outside my mouse hole the other day, when all of a sudden, along comes this cat.
Tommy Cooper doing that.
So quick as a flash, I turned into a dog. A ruff ruff.
Yeah.
But the cat turned into a dragon.
New Romantics.
Boy George.
Adamant.
SDP, shortly departing party.
Rubik's King.
God, what a nana.
Look at that Harry Hill colour on there. It is Harry Hill. What are the chances of that?
And then he turned into a submarine. So I became a submarine-eating kipper. I said a kipper, not a slipper. Thank you very much.
So, any clues in there, Fred and Alistair?
And I've got kids, and Lego's not like that. You maybe get the mouse, and then you turn it into a big pile of Lego bricks. Lego's for standing on in your bare feet when you're walking to the loo.
You could have put your slipper on made out of Lego, of course. Then it would have just stuck to the bottom.
Imagine anything more painful than Lego slippers.
Lego suppositories.
Yeah, 82. I was going to say 81. So go for 81.
Well, the answer is, of course, 1981. Well done.
Oh, we knew that.
The year the Rubik's Cube took the world by storm, a square object which drives you mad trying to get all the sides to match up, designed by the makers of MFI cabinets. I'm going to offer you a supplementary question here. What's surprising about that Tommy Cooper Lego ad?
He recorded the voiceover after he died.
Well, it would have been a clever trick, wouldn't it? But it's not true, but you are on the right lines.
A bit more than a clever trick, Tone.
I don't think that was his voice.
Right.
I think it was somebody impersonating him.
Well, I'll give you the point, because you're absolutely right. The answer is that it's not actually Tommy Cooper doing the voiceover. He wasn't keen to do the ad, so he gave permission for them to use an impressionist, but he still got paid as well. And you've had a similar experience to that, Alistair. You do an Asda ad being John Motson or something.
Well, I did a test. A lot of impressionists will do what they call tests, and you go in and you do the ad. I've done them for Terry. I did one for Terry Christian years ago, for Walker's Crisps in there. Did one for Hugh Laurie as well, which was fun.
Yeah.
And then they get the real person in to do the ad and get their money and everything else. Yeah. So they got me in anyway to do this ad and for Asda, and the idea was that Motson would do the real thing. Sowington did Asda, great value, excellent buns. I say, look at those. Hey, all this sort of stuff. So then they get John in the next day. They ring me up and they say, Alistair, we've just got John in, and well, basically, he wasn't as good at doing him as you are. So would you be happy for us to use your advert? So I said, yeah, fine. I actually saw Marty the other day, and he came to me and said, oh, thanks for doing that Asda commercial. That saved me a bit of time and earned me quite a bit of money too. So thanks very much.
Well, at the end of the round, let's have a look at the scores. I see that Alan's team still have no points. But Fred's team are fast building a lead with 3 points. Many Hollywood stars have done things they'd rather we didn't know about. Adultery, drug-taking, God forbid, even commercials. In this round, we show our teams an ad and ask them to spot the famous face appearing in it. Alan and Janet, who's this?
Which one?
Well, it's up for you to decide.
The moment's right to pick the bird's eye garden peas. None of them must lose their natural flavour.
Right, she's either Patsy Kensit or Sally Thompson.
Sally Thompson of Man About the House.
Man About the House.
Man About the House was about 20 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that would have to be 1940s.
Who are you married to then, Janet?
Right.
So,
How can you say he's got
team
more...
captain, go on, assert
Patsy
yourself.
Kensit.
Patsy Kensit, absolutely right. Well done. The answer is, of course, Patsy Kensit. That was an advert from 1977 with the young Patsy helping out at the pea harvest. She still helps at the harvest, although now it's at Liam's place in Colombia. Fred and Alistair, who might this be?
Which one?
He's black.
Thumbs up.
He's got black
Introducing
hands.
Thumbs Up Gene.
Presumably he's black. So
It's not Chris Eubank, obviously, because jeans is just not the sort of thing that a gentleman would wear. The fabric, particularly, is not a fabric with which one would want to be associated, and it is not a style to which I think appertains the style which belongs to a boxer who has such eloquence and elegance, such as what I have now been demonstrating.
Is it O.J. Simpson?
Ah, right. Let's have a look, see if you're right with O.J. Simpson. No. Yep, it is, in fact, O.J. Simpson. Well done. It is O.J. Simpson there with his thumbs up just after the verdict was announced. Advert is for Thumbs Up Jeans, which come, according to the text, in different styles. Trim cut, $12, regular cut, $13, or throat cut, $10 million to get off scot-free. And at the end of that round, it's all on a knife edge, as Alan's team have 2 points, and they're chasing Fred's team with 5 points. The next round is called Hard Sell, and our teams are given a product that they have to advertise. It's a particularly hard sell, though, because they don't know what it's actually for. Alan and Janet, tell us what this is and how to advertise it.
It's round and blue. It's for,
It's puffy.
Puffy.
Yeah, is it?
This is sex aid.
Is that what you do in sex?
Yeah.
It must be for getting liquid in like that.
Yeah.
And then what?
Have you noticed now in all these designer restaurants, they have, like, all the food piled up in a pyramid, and they have, like, the sauce all round in, a design. That's what this is for. You just do your, you know, Marco Pierre White.
I don't think your captain agrees with you with that.
Oh, it's for...
But do you eat in expensive restaurants, Alan?
Whenever I can, Janet.
How would you advertise it, Janet?
Right, girls, you want to look like make it look like Marco Pierre White designed it, did it?
Janet hasn't worked in advertising. Let's have a look, see what it's actually for. It's actually a pipette for removing baby snot.
There wasn't any baby snot in there, was there? Sorry,
I got
Fred.
some in the eye.
Does it get off the stuff they leave if they sneeze as well?
Yeah, give us that over here. Nobody would ever use that for getting snot off babies. That's what these are for. You go, come here, look at that. What a messy.
Well, Fred and Alistair, tell us what this is and how you might advertise it when you've...
What on earth is
That
this?
is bizarre.
It's from Switzerland. It's a new milking for milkmaids. There you are, for walking about. Give us your glass. Oh, it's a pub device. There you are. Come on, drink up. Come on, off you go.
And if you can hold it up there with
Hang
that,
on.
you're a good man.
I'm on to something. Alistair, would you mind being a Catholic priest for a minute? Because it's for strengthening neck muscles of choir boys.
No, I don't think...
Go on, up you get.
No.
Oh, bless me, Father, I'm desperate to sin.
Well, I can tell you you're on the wrong lines with that.
Well, I reckon. Once
Right.
it gets it off, take off your neck.
I'll tell you what, are you heading close with your final
exercise.
answer? Your final answer and your final... We'll do an ad. I want
It's
to
an
see... a quick-
exerciser.
Abdominal exercise.
Go on, how
Neck
do you sell it?
exercise.
What would
Ooh,
you...
neck exercise.
Neck
That's the one you-
exerciser. If your neck is not strong enough,
Yeah.
get one of these. It's pretty duff. It's the Neckomatic.
Let's have a look and see if you're right with Neckomatic. There you are. It's actually called a banana crunch, which is developed for two specific exercises. The sit-up for developing stomach muscles and the vigorous arm stretch for chucking it on the top of the wardrobe a few days after you bought it. Let's see how the scores stand at the end of that round. I see that Alan's team have a flabby 2 points, but Fred's team have a finely honed 5 points. Well, our next round is called Fascinating Facts. We show our teams an ad and ask them to tell us the fascinating fact about it. Alan and Janet, what's the story behind this award-winning ad?
That's Nick Kamen.
Levi's did a whole series about